Hello everyone, and welcome on back to the channel. Today we are finally back here in First Light after quite a bit of a break, which I know kind of came out of nowhere, a little bit of an unexpected hiatus if you will, but distance makes the heart grow fonder, and I am so excited to be back here and getting stuck straight into working on our wonderful little town again. So last time we were here, we completed our absolutely awesome mines tunnel that I am still so proud of. Let's have a quick ride up and down and a little bit of a catch up. How have you guys been? I hope everyone has been doing well. I've been doing really well, and I have, as you can probably tell, been taking a little bit of a break from Minecraft. It's been really nice to just take a step back, play some other games. I have been streaming variety games every single Thursday on Twitch over at twitch.tv/Blitzheart with 2 T's at the end of heart. And it's just been super fun to play a little bit of some other games, hang out and chat with you guys live there. So if you are wondering what I'm up to, feel free to stop on over there. There's a lot of things going on, and I am planning to add more streams into our schedule because it has been a lot of fun. But that right there is our really fun little mines tunnel that we completed last time we were here in town. I still really love the whole atmosphere of this top lush section and all the deep slate and everything that goes on further down. I think it's such a cool build, and I'm pretty proud of it. Anyway, that's a little bit of our catch up, and I actually did a Minecraft stream the other evening, which leads perfectly into what we are doing here today. If we fly on over here, I did a 5-hour long stream the other night where we terraformed out the entire back section of the valley here. All of these hills were handmade live just the other evening, and they are looking ready to go with some more absolutely wonderful builds out here. I am getting so excited to finally see this valley project come to a close. So here in today's episode, we are going to be tackling this right side of the valley next to our farmhouse, and the left side way back over there is going to be the final segment we will do in the episode after this one. So what we are going to try and build here today, I'm thinking about maybe some kind of stable build right here next to the farmhouse with a few little silos or something kind of complementing it as well. And then of course a big wheat field here. Maybe we bring a path up from kind of this segment curving around and through to go out in front of the stables up there. I'm so excited. I think there is so much we can do here, and by the end of this episode I would love to see, let's fly on up, I would love to see this whole right side here completed, and I am just super duper excited to finally be getting back into working on First Light. So first thing is first, we are gonna need to get our hands on a few materials here for this one. So the main things we need for all of our Valley of Gold builds out there are oak wood, so we're going to do a bit of tree chopping, and we're going to need a bunch more hay and wheat seeds for planting a bunch more wheat fields, and of course our super cute little hay roofs. So let me go grab some shulkers, and then we can get stuck into gathering some materials here today. Alright, so coming down to the orchard with our 2 empty shulker boxes, we are going to need some spruce wood and some oak wood. So let's get some of each. Bang. Wonderful. And of course some oak as well. Bang. There we go. Alright, we have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I do need to actually replant before I forget. Let me quickly slap down some of these saplings. Alright, there we go. Our saplings are all in, and the trees will start growing again while we get back into getting some work done. And next, the only other thing we really need to worry about collecting before we get stuck into planning out our builds here is all of this wheat. I would love to do one big harvest of the valley. So as always, I'm gonna start up this end, and let's get straight into getting this whole lot harvested. All right, that was a super fun little wheat harvesting session, and we will definitely have enough wheat and seeds to make this whole right side of the valley happen here today. I've tucked everything we just got away in the granary, but before we get into building these stables, I want to think a little bit about placement and our pathing in the area. So we've kind of got this main path that curves around, and I would really like to bring it out probably along here. I really like to picture that I'm running the path as I'm laying them out, because I think it just helps create a smoother and more fun to walk little journey. And we can bring it along through here. It could curve around this way, or it could curve around through here again. But then we'll have a nice big field right here in the middle, but another little path just separating this segment, and it can come around this way. Maybe build it out a little more along here, keep a little bit of that curve. And then we're gonna want our stables, I'm thinking right here. So I've got a little bit of wool, but let's fly up to the hot air balloon so I can kind of think about the placement of this from a bit more of a better view. I failed to close the trapdoor. This is the worst thing ever. Anyway, in the meantime, I don't want it to be quite level with the farmhouse. I want the farmhouse to be a little more forward than it, just so that it keeps the center stage. So I'm kind of thinking something right here. Maybe even something, hang on, I'm thinking, I kind of designed a stable for this, but I'm feeling like I want to change it up a little bit now that I'm looking at this space a bit more. Imagine something maybe with a 5 here, like a pretty big side-on segment, something like this, another 5. But then it kind of comes out and has a few stalls along here like this, right? This could be super duper cute. Well, I don't know if I'll keep these exact dimensions, but the general shape, I think, will fill that area a lot better than what I was initially thinking for a stable there. I think if we move it back into the right a little bit, that could be looking really, really nice. And then I could even do a little bit of a pen here in this segment to kind of keep it flush with that path without bringing it that much more forward in the terrain there. Awesome, yeah, I think that's a pretty good plan for this one. And then with that there, I think we'll want a little bit of some builds backing it. So maybe like some silos around here. I've also been thinking about like an old Western style water tower, but I really don't know if I'll want that on this side or on the other side. So let's picture some silos right here. And even maybe another little building here of some form, right? Something here could be so, so cute. Even just a little like farmhand's house. So let's bring this out here as well. And let me just quickly shuffle around this outline so that we can get a clearer idea of what we're trying to accomplish here. Alright, so something like that I'm actually really, really liking for this. I still think I might move that stable back a little bit more to create more room for a little bit of a pen out the front. But I think overall this kind of layout, this kind of spread of builds is really going to help us fill up the space there, which is exactly what we want to do. We really need some builds to complement this massive farmhouse, and I am so excited to finally see this one come together. I know I've said that a lot this episode, but it's just true. I'm just excited. So, without further ado, let me zoom back on down here. And I think it is about time to kick this off into time-lapse mode. Let's go! And here she is. Our wonderful new Valley Stables build is all complete. We had so much fun bringing this one together on live stream. It was an absolute blast. We went out and caught some horses and brought them in right near the end of the stream. We even have a little dinky right here. So cute. And we really had fun decorating up this interior. We've got a little bit of riding equipment here on the side where we've stocked away a few things we may need for our work out here at the stables. We've got hay, a bunch of little bits and pieces stacked all over the place, and I really like it. And it comes out back here through the entrance, and I am thinking about the next thing we do here being maybe we can come construct a water tower, like maybe even right here together next up. I think this is going to be so cute. We also did bring in a bunch of our pathwork here, ready for us to bring in another massive wheat field shortly. But first, let me fly off to storage and grab some things to bring this water tower together. Alright, so I've gotten a bunch of materials together. I've set us up a little station here and kind of stocked my inventory with everything I'm thinking of using here for this water tower. So I'm thinking we start with just some pillars with 3 blocks between each, just like that. And then maybe a barrel on top of each of those for a little bit of an accent. And then bringing each of these up by maybe 8 more. Now we've just got the legs of our possible water tower in. I'm going to come back again and see how we're feeling. Should it be taller? Should it be moved around a little bit? Honestly, I think where it is going to be super duper cute. I'm really excited. I've never built a water tower before. I think this is going to be really fun. So let's get back over here. Now I'm thinking we just have a little ladder up, and it'll be on this side because it's like we can run through the stables and come to the ladder right here. So this is going to be oak trapdoors, and we're going to do that trick we love to do where we just pillar up with them like this. And then after we've opened them all up, we can hold shift and place our ladders all the way up. Alright, now I'm thinking dark oak as our kind of accent color for this one. We don't have a lot of dark oak currently in our Valley of Gold, like at all, but I think this will really set it apart and just add an extra bit of detail to break it up from the spruce, because I don't really think the light color of the oak would suit this one too much. And then we can cap off these little log bits with some dark oak trapdoor action, and maybe even add some dark oak trapdoor accents along this outside as like a little bit of a skirt almost. And now I'm not sure tank is the proper word for this, but I think the next part we want to bring in is the tank. So I'm thinking of a 4-high little kind of spruce piece right here. We can do just planks in the center line. And then I think building the majority of the body of the tank out of these barrels is going to have some really nice texture. Alright, that's pretty cute. Now, we kind of need a roof. What are we thinking for a roof? I don't know how I want to do this. Let's start by just popping some dark oak planks along on top of this, and then maybe we could do... I'm gonna need maybe these blocks for this, and then stairs with slabs either side, and maybe these little trapdoor moments in the corners. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to have a flyback and look at this once I put this roof on. Little bit of trapdoor accenting, as we always love to do. And I think let's grab our spruce trapdoors and maybe cover these sections of plank with these just for that extra bit of texture. Right, I think that is pretty cute. And then I also would like to try and bring out maybe a detail piece right here. What am I thinking? I'm thinking maybe we do like a stair and a slab and a slab. I can poke this out, and another slab with a trapdoor underneath, and then lower that down again, and a little bit of grindstone and hanging chain action, just because I think it's such a cute touch. And now I have to figure out what to do about that underside. I'll be right back. And we have ourselves a water tower. I'm actually really happy with it. I do think the dark oak stands out a little bit, but I don't think we're going to find a better option for it. And I mean, it looks like a water tower, which is kind of more than I could have hoped for. It's my first time ever building one, and I'm happy with it. I think it's pretty darn cute back there, and I think we kind of nailed the placement off the bat. Hang on, let me climb the granary tower and see what it looks like from up there. Yes, I think that is so cute. I'm really happy with that. We threw in a tiny splash of granite there on the lower detail bits, and otherwise, I mean, it looks like a water tower, which is entirely what we wanted. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to fill that space and add to the atmosphere, and I think I can really see this side starting to come together. And I know we basically only just finished our last time lapse, but a short episode's a good one, and I have a lot of fun doing our time lapses, so I'm thinking next up here, we can smash out this whole wheat field, and I might even just end up time-lapsing whatever second building we add here, and our silos, which are just going to be the same silo design we used over at the stables on the other side of town. So, without further ado, let's go! And here it is. This entire back quadrant of the Valley of Gold is now complete, and I am so happy to finally be seeing some more of our valley done. We brought in these massive wheat fields through this whole area, of course, our little fence scheme, grass, lanterns all the way around the fields, and coming up this way, here is the finished stables build. I've got a bunch of surrounding details brought in, some tiny little water carts and wheelbarrows scattered all over the place, hay bales everywhere of course as well to stay on brand with the entire Valley of Gold theme. Of course, some empty water carts right next to our water tower, more hay scattered all the way around, more wheelbarrows, more wagons. Here are our two completed silos that I am just really happy with. I still think this silo design is so cute and detailed. We've got, of course, more hay bales everywhere, just hay everywhere here in the valley, and I really do love it. A little bit of storage on the side over here, little trash can action as well, with of course our ladders heading up into the silos. And coming along over this way, I decided against doing like a farrier's build over here and instead did this tiny little work shed, which if you notice in the time lapse, we actually destroyed and rebuilt the whole thing post time lapse and moved it up one block and re-terraformed this area a little bit because I thought it was just a little bit too low down on the ground, but I am really happy with how it's turned out. I like the little bit of brokenness and the hay showing through the roof, a little bit of tool action, and a super cute place to sleep out here. And that's kind of it here for our Valley of Gold stables build and all the fields and everything through this area. I'm so excited to see a field over in that area as well and to really bring the valley to completion eventually. But for now, I am really happy with the progress we have made on it here in this episode. Let's head into the stables one more time. I really am so happy with this build. I think it's so cute. I love our little donkeys and horses in here as well, and I am getting more and more excited to keep working on this place. And I think that about does us here for today's episode. Thank you so much for coming along for our little bit of a building adventure here in First Light. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know what your favorite thing was about today's episode, whether it's the big sprawling wheat fields, the stables, the silo, the water tower. We got a bunch of builds done here and I really am so happy with what we've accomplished. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!